Hi guys, it's Christmas Eve. Boop. Put my hat on. Laying in bed. So I wanted to get on here and I wanted to discuss something that I'm feeling right now, and my body's trying to the anxiety is kicking in, so I'm twitching a lot and I'm trying to evade the situation, which is typical, and trying to smile and be happy to cover up the pain I'm feeling right now. I just need to take a couple breaths to get in with my heart. Before I start this. Okay. So, it's been a really good day. I woke up earlier than normal, didn't stay up all night. Went upstairs, had a coffee, hung out with my grandma for a bit. Saw her hand was hurting, so I decided to help her make some shortbread cookies. And unfortunately, I had to say sorry to my friend that I wasn't able to meet up with him and talk with him on the phone right away, because I was really trying to enjoy my time with my grandma. If you don't know, my grandma raised me, and it's been great. So, did that. Then, after that, went and had a conversation with my friend about business stuff, an opportunity for some video work that we're going to be working on together. So I'll be telling you guys about that soon, and hopefully be putting it on YouTube and stuff as well. And then after that, grandparents came back home, was gonna make dinner, and we decided we were gonna go out for dinner. Well, not go out, but pick something up. So we went, picked something up, came back, had food. My meal came with onion rings. Theirs came with fries, and they both wanted onion rings, so I basically gave all my onion rings away except for one of them. And my grandma, she gave me a few fries, and we split a pop or whatever. I don't really drink pop, but I did. I have Sprite occasionally too, but anyways. Evening went on. I went outside. There was a beautiful sunset. It was gorgeous. And I went outside and I took in some what I call night coats. You know, light coats, but night coats. So, went outside, connected, felt the energy, was inspired, and had myself fall into the messages of the divine. Came back and went downstairs for a little bit. I got dressed for night, went upstairs, my sister got engaged, which is super exciting. I actually found out yesterday, but she posted it today, so I got to post as well and just say congratulations. There's been some stuff happening with my sister, and tried to like reestablish a relationship, and then I got sick this year, and some stuff happened with her that I like separated myself, and I kind of reacted in that moment because I was just frustrated, because it was like I just felt like I was giving so much of myself, and I was trying to take back my power and say, hey, can you put a little bit of effort into, and I don't know, there's just like a few different things that happened, and we disconnected. And then over the last month here, I tried to connect with her again, and she hadn't responded, or her future husband didn't respond either. So that happened. Anyways, we reconnected again, and so I was upstairs and we're all chilling, me, my grandma, my grandpa on the couch, and somehow we got into the topic of visiting each other and putting in effort, and the conversation went over to the fact where my grandma was like, I really wish people would just come visit me, and you know, all this stuff, and like nobody ever visits me. And I was like, what, am I chopped liver? Because I've been like the only one that's consistent for years, and always calling, always visiting. You know, I've lived with them a few different times, and I just like have always just loved them so unconditionally, and been through a lot with them, and you know, I've learned how to navigate with the relationship in order to make them happy, and you know, not step on anybody's toes. And it was like, I almost feel like I have to change my identity sometimes around them, just to please them, make them happy, and not start a fight, because it happens really easily. And so anyways, the topic came up about people giving effort, and I was like, yeah, what, am I chopped liver? And I was joking, and like my grandma got a little bit defensive, and I was like, well, you know, you've visited my sister more times than you visited me, and I'm always here, and I'm always calling, and you visit your son all the time. And you know, there was a time when she goes out there, when I was living in the same area as her son at one point, and she didn't even like bother to message me or anything, and they lived like 2 hours away. And like anytime I've ever been close to visit a friend or to do something with the doctors, I always visit, always make sure that I give them the time and support, because they're so far away, and I want to enjoy that time with them as much as I can, and make sure they feel loved and connected to, for myself and for them really too, right? Because you know, my Nana even says nobody does it for her. And got on the topic, and then it progressed, and she was just like, yeah, well, I don't know what your problem is. Like, my mother used to make me go and visit her all of the time, and I didn't have to go visit. And I was like, okay, but you're still visiting other people and you're not visiting me, and I'm giving you like all of this time and, you know, doing this for you, and it doesn't feel like you appreciate it. And she got super defensive, and she was like, yeah, well, you'll never be my daughter. You're not my daughter. And that really hurt, and I was just like, okay, but you raised me, you know, like, you're like, you and Papa are my mom and my dad. Like I've had a past with my mom, and like no real connection with my dad. And like, I've always called them my mom and my dad, even though they adopted my sister and they didn't adopt me. And she says, you know, no, like, my son will always be my son, and you will always be my granddaughter, and that's just how it is. So, of course, I'm going to visit him. I'm like, but that's contradictory of what you just said about your reason for not visiting people and not visiting me. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like I'm not trying to make you feel bad or whatever, and I'm just being honest with the facts of what is a reality. And it was just like a heart, like my heart in that moment was just like, I could just continue fighting. I could get upset. I could vocalize my point, and it's only going to cause more problems. And like, it's true. Like, I will never be her daughter. I will always be a granddaughter. I will never have like a mom and dad figure in that sense. Like, I feel like they are, but she may never feel that. And she even said, she's like, I love you. It's not that I don't love you or your sister or whatever, but and that was just super hard. And it's like, psychologically and emotionally, it just like pulled on my heartstrings, knowing like how much effort and how much, like, I guess, attachment to them I have in that sense. But I know I love them unconditionally. So even in this feeling of like not taking precedence, which I never felt like there was, I always felt equal to, as her daughter, right? Like, as somebody she raised. And I'm trying not to let this ruin my Christmas Eve or make me feel like tomorrow I can't just be with them and feel okay, right? This is like, that's another reason I came here during the pandemic, was so I could be with them just in case. And like, I mean, I had my own things going on, but I could have chose other places. I just wanted to be with them because I love them so much, and I don't know how much more time I'm gonna have with them long term. Never know what's gonna happen, right? Like, she didn't carry me in her womb. I'm not her daughter. And in her soul, like, I feel she does feel I'm her daughter, but I don't think she's at that space of realizing what she's saying. The awareness is not there. I don't think she even realizes how painful that can come across. And it just goes to show that people sometimes say things and it can really hurt, especially when you feel so connected differently and your mind can perceive it in a way that just feels wrenching. But it's up to us in order to neutralize that feeling and to be able to understand another without letting it mean something about you or who you are or what it means about the relationship, because that can really affect a relationship as well. If I hold on to this feeling and let this be something that it doesn't have to be. It's acceptance and it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Trying to feel it, because I don't want to like I don't want to bypass it because I know the truth, but I know that the feelings are there. The sadness is there that it has nothing to do with her, it's sadness that my life is the way it is, and I just have to be okay with it because that's just the way that my life has evolved, the connection with my mom, the boundaries I've had to put up, and my dad. What a person needs to do to get through the reality. And I know my parents love me too, and even if it doesn't look the same, I believe that. I believe they just, like my grandma and what she said, just don't have the awareness. And I can still love them. I can still offer grace and acceptance and, honor them for where they're at and honor me for where I'm at and the truth and the validation of what my feelings are. And it doesn't have to line up, but it doesn't mean I have to accept either. It doesn't mean I have to go and run off to my parents and be like, I need my mom and dad. Like, I'm gonna show my inner child some love right now, because she is safe and she is loved and she's always been loved and she will always be loved regardless. And I can just hold her and rock her and let her know it's okay. And kiss her on the forehead. And let her know that this doesn't change anything. It doesn't change her truth and her heart. And she doesn't have to let it affect her. It's okay. I think I'm gonna go for a walk outside. And I'm gonna take some time to reflect and center in the night codes once more. And see what comes up. I love you guys. I just really felt pushed to share this, a release for myself and a moment of accepting and speaking to you about this reflection and giving myself permission to walk through this and share this vulnerably with you. If you've ever gone through something similar or, had those feelings come up, I do hope that if you are reactive, you're learning to, maybe neutralize it in a way where it's not bypassing, but it's accepting and self-reflecting in the same way, because I don't want to let you know how to heal yourself or how to go through things yourself. You will learn that for yourself, and it's individualized for each person. So take this with a grain of salt, because I'm speaking from the perspective of my soul and what I see in my soul as beneficial and what has helped me grow and evolve. Seeing my reactions has made such a substantial difference in my life, and I've seen how my reactions have affected my relationships, and it hasn't always, been me that brought it on, but it's been my response to a reaction of a trigger, and that's always been in my control. But catching catching it sooner and sooner and recognizing that, and pardon me, hiccups. We live on this 3D plane with other individuals, and we can live happily alone and honor ourselves in that. But I know for myself, I really value connection, and that's a need for me. So in that, I have to learn where I am being blocked from my intentions and from showing up in the state that I would like to show up, and in the best image of my truth. And the image of my truth isn't always the way that I react to another. So the hurt is valid, the pain is valid, those feelings I go through are valid. There's a reason for it. It's not in alignment to my truth. But I can go through this, and I can understand where I need to put more boundaries. I can understand where I haven't done so. I can understand where and what the next thing to try would be, and the next thing to do would be, in order to honor that place, that feeling inside my soul. And I can feel the tension, the heart-centered intention, and come from that place, versus a place of stomach and mind reaction, moving the energy where the truth is, which is in my heart. And thanking my reaction, and thanking my mind, and thanking my heart, all for working together, and for coming to this place of like a deeper understanding for myself and for the people I love, because I want to understand them too. And understanding doesn't always mean two people believe the same thing or see the same thing, but it also doesn't mean that the parallels aren't working under the same intention of love and polarity can have the same intention, even in counteraction. So in that, we need to understand differences don't always need to result in conflict. Differences oftentimes can result in expansion, in deeper connection, if you let it. If you allow yourself to process it, and in reaction, you can still come to that level of awareness and work through those things if both parties are willing. I went on a second tangent, of course. Okay. Time to go outside. Much love, you guys. Sending you all the blessings, and I hope you have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, if it's hard for you, just know that I'm here. And if there was anything that you reflected on within this post, or that you think is valuable, any quotes, please quote them in the comments. Let me know what you find relatable so that I can connect deeper with you, and I can know what more I can bring to the table for you. And just come from your heart. And if you feel like subscribing, please do. I will be doing tarot readings and getting some stuff up very soon here. And yeah, love you deeply. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.